By the time season 2 really finds its footing, it becomes impossible to ignore something subtle but important. Georgie and Mandy's marriage is starting to show cracks. Not explosive, screaming match cracks. Not cheating scandals or dramatic betrayals. But the kind of cracks that feel more realistic and, honestly, more concerning. The kind that forms slowly when two people are growing, but not necessarily growing in the same direction. What makes season 2 so interesting is that, on the surface, things actually look better for them. Georgie is stepping up in a big way. His tire business is gaining traction, he's more confident, and he's starting to carry himself like someone who believes in his own future. That's growth. Real growth. For a character who was once dismissed as the underachiever of the Cooper family, this is huge. He's not just reacting to life anymore, he's building something. But here's the twist. That growth shifts the balance in the marriage. Georgie's new confidence changes how he sees himself. He's no longer the kid scrambling to prove he can be responsible. He's becoming a provider. And while that's admirable, it also creates distance. He's spending more time focused on work. He's thinking long-term. He's making decisions with a businessman's mindset. Meanwhile, Mandy is navigating a completely different emotional landscape. Mandy gave up a lot to be in this marriage. She adjusted her expectations. She adapted to a life she didn't exactly plan. And season 2 doesn't ignore that. You can feel moments where she's questioning, not necessarily Georgie, but the life trajectory itself. There's a subtle tension in her body language, in the pauses before she responds, in the way certain conversations don't resolve as quickly as they used to. And that's another major difference this season. Communication isn't as easy anymore. In earlier stages of their relationship, conflict often ended with humor or quick reconciliation. Season 2 lets discomfort linger. Arguments don't explode, but they also don't fully dissolve. There are scenes where both of them are technically saying the right things, but emotionally missing each other. Then there's the maturity gap, which the show is no longer brushing aside. Georgie is growing fast, but he's still young. Mandy is in a different stage of life. That age difference doesn't always show up in dramatic ways. Sometimes it shows up in perspective, in how they handle stress, in what they prioritize, in how they define stability. And what's so compelling is that neither of them is framed as the problem. That's what makes the cracks feel authentic. There's no villain here. Georgie isn't failing her. Mandy isn't sabotaging him. They're both trying. And that's what makes it harder to watch. Because effort doesn't automatically equal alignment. Another layer that season 2 subtly explores is independence. As Georgie becomes more secure in his business, he gains autonomy. That confidence changes the dynamic between them. Mandy, who once had more emotional leverage in the relationship, now has to adjust to Georgie standing firmly on his own. That shift isn't dramatic, but it's noticeable. And let's not forget, the audience already knows their eventual fate because of the Big Bang Theory. That looming knowledge makes every small fracture feel heavier. Every awkward pause, every unresolved disagreement, every slightly off moment carries long-term weight. We're not watching a marriage fall apart in real time. We're watching the early stress lines form. Season 2 doesn't blow up Georgie and Mandy's relationship. It does something more nuanced. It shows how stability can expose deeper incompatibilities. When survival mode fades and things calm down, bigger questions surface. Are we becoming the same people we imagined? Do we still want the same things? Is love enough when life gets more complicated? Those are the questions season 2 plants quietly. And sometimes, the quiet cracks are the ones that eventually matter most.